It's making me think that like the way he made his money was just by robbing casinos. Like this is like Ocean's 11 sort of.
Yeah, it's like in slow
So I
motion.
got my 12 closest friends together, and we decided to rob the Science Casino.
This is Michael F. Schein, author of the Hype Handbook, head hype artist at McGraw Hill. I am here with my friend Steve Maloy, a very funny and wise stand-up comedian. And today we are going. Say hi, Steve. I keep talking over you.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
And I'm just like, I have a big.
Hi, everybody.
So, today we are going to be reacting to a clip by Sam Ovens, the consultant's consultant. He is a guru who helps consultants consult and make more money consulting. And apparently this is his story. This is my story, is what we say. My story, what started as an idea, struck a nerve, and became a movement. So let's see what old Sam has to say.
My name is Sam Ovens, and I help people start and grow seven-figure coaching and consulting businesses. My story began when I was working a 9-to-5 corporate job that I hated. I wanted to help companies grow, but that wasn't happening at my current job, so I decided to quit and start my own consulting business. I went through dozens of ideas and most of them didn't work, but then one day it finally...
I just have to say, I really need to get a motorcycle in my office.
Yeah, that's how you prove to people that you're a winner. It alludes to the idea that you could just hop on there and ride out of the office at any moment that you wanted.
I don't know how, but yeah.
It clicked, and I figured it out. That first year I figured it out, I made $100,000. The next $500,000, the next 1.2 million, then 2.4, and in my fifth year, by the time I turned 26 years old, I'd made over $10 million. People caught notice of how fast I was growing and started asking me how I did it and whether I could help them.
I just have to say the words and the visuals are such an interesting juxtaposition, and the music. He's got like this weird Shaft funk background. It's like this whole pimp thing with like the Bentleys and all this and the Rolls Royces, but he's like doing this like respectable consulting, voiceover. Yeah.
It's making me think that like the way he made his money was just by robbing casinos. Like this is like Ocean's 11 sort of.
Yeah, it's like in slow motion.
I got my 12 closest friends together, and we decided to rob the Science Casino in Las Vegas. And you can too.
We decided to go down to Melbourne to the casino.
We went to the Cine. I don't know if that's what
we put a shrimp on the Ocean Barbie. Someone should really make a heist movie about Sam Ovens and his down under casino.
The Ovens 12.
The Ovens 12. Can you stand the heat down under?
Can you take it down?
Sam Ovens and the Ovens 12. This is one of these videos that no one's going to learn anything from, but yeah.
You can tell by the GoPros attached to his Bentley that this guy does not have a lot of substance.
To do the same. And at first I just ignored them because I was certain that only I could do this. But the emails and messages just kept piling in. Hundreds of people asking me to show them how I was running my business. And I finally gave in and decided to teach my methods to a small group of people. I didn't even believe that others would be able to do it. Then to my surprise, they started getting clients too. Then I started working with more people, and the groups grew from 10 to 20 to 30.
This is Ovens 12.
Yeah.
This is literally the plot. Like it's the same house and everything. I'm expecting Brad Pitt and George Clooney to show up, and that they're gonna figure this out. This poor gorgeous woman.
I know.
She was so bored.
I didn't know what to do, so I came down under to Ovens 12.
I had no idea what to do.
being beautiful and sitting around just wasn't doing it for him. I just became like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins. What was that? I don't know. I'm not an accents guy.
My last boss was Australian, and perfecting making fun of him was very difficult. Well, you know, we'd all wear our blue shirts and we go around to meetings, and no one was saying them.
I feel like I'm going to be interviewed in like 3 years, and they're going to be asking me the secret to my success. I'm going to be like, well, you know, I tried this idea for a channel called the Hype Hooligans, and it completely bombed. But I met this guy named Steve Maloy, and on the call, we came up with Ovens 12, which made us $10 million in the first year.
And then the second year, we made 11 and a half. And then
2.9 million.
2.9 million Aussie dollars, which are practically worthless. Cool.
30 people, and I kept teaching them my methods, and they kept getting results. Fast forward to this current day, and I truly believe that anyone can start their own consulting business, helping other people with the skills and knowledge that they already have. The problem is that they just don't know where to start, and they don't have a map to follow. I have that map, and it's my life's mission to share it with the world and help others get the income and freedom that they deserve.
Yeah.
What
was making him the money before he started teaching his tactics, and why did he start teaching them? I would have just kept it to myself and gone to 3.5 million and 9.2 million.
He was doing all this stuff, and he's like, I gotta start teaching this. That's where the money is. Well, I think it was
he's doing it to give back, Steve. You know, he that's not where the money. He was making the money before. He's just doing it to give back, so he could work in his shorts down at the Ovens 12 compound.
So all I could put together from that, for what he did beforehand, was figuring out how to get motorcycles into high-rise office buildings. And that was probably his consultant. He would just go to every startup and be like, you want to get a motorcycle in here? And then, you know, you'd help them get it up the elevator or whatever. It's not as easy as it looks, because he actually disassembled that front wheel. It's a whole thing.
Here, I'm actually looking it up online now. Yes, Sam Ovens was the premier motorcycle into condo and office complex logistics operator. He consulted, he did $2.6 billion of motorcycle logistics transport.
It's a lot of work, and it's gritty, but you know, you need a large team to be able to like swindle that motorcycle inside.
I think the lesson here is simple. I think there are a lot of very, very young people who really see themselves as not worth much unless they're having the external accoutrements of money. And this guy's using the internet to make people who haven't yet experienced enough to learn better to say, I want a piece of that, and they sign up for his course. It's a very blunt instrument, but for certain people it works. And I have heard not so great things about this guy. His reputation is not wonderful.
Yeah, it doesn't seem, the lack of blinking when he was describing his story. He just was staring directly at whoever was asking, just without. It's one thing to be really shifty-eyed, so I think he was like trying to avoid that by just staring straight ahead, not blinking whatsoever. The other great thing was like the classic centuries-old trick for people who are less than 100% honest. And the way to be funny is like the treasure map thing. Of like, I met that guy in Red Dead Redemption 2, and he just like, got a treasure map that'll help you find, you know, this. It just costs $500, and then you'll have it. It's like, where did you get your trick plan from? Like the 17th century?
You know, the villain in Red Dead Redemption with the sideburns,
right?
I know that guy. He's my daughter's friend's dad.
Really?
Peter Blomquist. Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's a side note, everybody. Well, so look, if you're a Hollywood producer who's interested in the Ovens 12 and employing Steve and I to write it, please leave a comment. For everybody else, please buy the Hype Handbook. Just go to Amazon.com or wherever else And that's my plug for this segment. What about you? What's your plug today, Steve?
Yeah, again, Michael, that screenplay I've started working on it for Ovens 12. You can get it on the ground floor of this right now. It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
And then until then, you can see some of my previous work at stevemaloy.com. Got all my links to social on there, and got some
Ovens
cool
1 through 11, you know.
Yeah, right, exactly. Ovens 1, which was really, that was where I found my true stride.
That's all I've got to say. This is Michael F. Schein.
Thanks for having me, Michael.